So I set my studio up in the woodland for a year by erecting a drawing board, 2 drawing boards actually back to back, so that I could take in a 360-degree view of that particular place. I just allowed myself over time to become familiar with the fact that you can't pick out one tree, even if it's a tree right in front of you. As you draw it, you realise that you are actually drawing branches of other trees, or little twigs, or a shadow from another tree. And eventually I realised I was actually drawing the wood, not a tree. It took me some time to get to grips with that. So this drawing is of the wood, is of that view of the wood where I stood for a year. The materials I've used is ink that I made from lichen, the lichen that I found on the trees there. And it's also using graphite and charcoal. The marks that are made were made on one of 8 good dry days that we had in April. That's another thing that I like about this drawing, that I know that it holds those 8 days in it. That must be something very true to drawing, that it actually contains more than just what is seen. It contains an atmosphere, it contains weather patterns, it contains just moments from the time that it was made, so it's a very immediate medium to work in. The installation of the drawing is also quite important in the understanding of it, that it's suspended and it's in a circular form to recall the 360-degree view, but it also creates an environment in the gallery. I didn't want this work to be hung against the wall and viewed in a static way. It requires the viewer to choose to come in, first of all, but there's also something interesting that happens as you walk into the drawing, that it starts to move. And for me, this is a very beautiful bonus. The air inside the drawing is displaced, and therefore it starts to sway gently. You have a sense inside a wood, in Northwest, that everything is moving. It doesn't need much wind to sway the trees, and as the trees sway, because they're planted in peat, you feel the ground move gently underneath you as well. So for me, this is probably the most successful element of the drawing, the fact that it's hung in this space, and it does recall something of that experience of being in the wood.